I'd like to read another kind of volatile one, if that's okay with everybody. We all know about Trayvon Martin, the case that kind of ended the way that we didn't think it would end a few weeks ago with George Zimmerman getting acquitted. This poem I wrote in dedication for Trayvon Martin. It's called Verdict. I wrote it the night before the verdict came out, or the day of. Tonight, there is a verdict. A 17-year-old black boy is dead, has been dead for over a year now. He tilts his head down from heaven, hooded with the night sky and stars, waiting for justice to ring through the spheres, ears to the earth, thanking God that here and now there will finally be a stop to all of this hate, and fairness will finally prevail, not another nail into the coffin of strange fruit. Trayvon became a figurehead for rampant racial injustice when he was just walking to the store to get Skittles and a can of Arizona iced tea. He could have been me. He could have been any one of my students, hood up, shielding himself from the eyes of frantic suspicion. Just walking home, man. I ain't doing nothing, man. I ain't steal nothing. Why the hell is this crazy cracker following me, man? Fuck this shit. This motherfucker's chasing me for real. Man, get the fuck off me, man. What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck do you want from me, man? I ain't fucking doing nothing. You don't know me. Get the fuck off me, man. What the fuck are you chasing me for? Boom! Exploded innocent heart at close range. Tonight, there is a verdict. A Hispanic American killer piggybacking off the half-white side of himself that he knows he will go free. Because justice is blind. Yes, she has turned blind eyes to the injustice of centuries, of people, of races, of sectors, of classes, of places where it is a crime to be walking while black. And I hope she doesn't slap us in the face with her scales or hold her sword to the throats of peaceful protesters pleading for fairness, because this is our chance to show that we have come a long way as America. We have not taken steps backwards while walking towards the dream. There is hope, and the nation holds her collective breath. But the country is already divided. The fates have already been decided. Black and white sides of an extreme that will never gray. A pain from the past that just won't go away. Swallowed anger and resentment in black-brown colored bellies. Slaves just aren't called slaves anymore. But it doesn't mean there aren't any. The restitution in a conviction of a killer will not pay the price for a nation's history, but the missed opportunity of justice will ripple dissonance like the sounds of falling chains and breaking branches. There are deep pockets of wrath that are seething in the underbelly of America, and I can feel the pulsing, but I pray for peace, not guilty. Not fucking guilty. What does this say about how far we have come? One step forward and 1,000 steps back. Off track, we are a derailed train of a nation, crashing into a courthouse where innocents went down fighting and lost. Tonight, there was a verdict. A justice was not undone. The judicial system that we hold as a beacon for developing nations is a dim and flickering failure. A deliberation of biased peers siding on the side of suspicion and martial law and fear and the perpetuation of it and radical violence to protect your property from someone who was just passing through with some Skittles and an Arizona iced tea in his pocket, watermelon flavored. No liberty, injustice for all. A killer goes free and he'll get his gun back and patrol his neighborhood again. Vigilante with one massacre under his tightened gun belt, and the family of a dead child weeps the defeat of prayers. The hopeless reconciliation with fate, the memory of Trayvon Benjamin Martin, a reminder that we all still have a fight ahead of us, and King's dream is a horizon of possibility only if we stand in the light of who we are, not who we were. We can take our rage and we can let it seethe, riotous, vandalizing underbelly, or we can release our pain into the hooded night sky and stars and continue to hope, continue to see equality as a reachable friend. I choose release. I released my grief into this poem and planted the seeds into a grave. I know that one day, if I believe with all my heart and live with all my heart, those seeds will be flowers, and their red petals will tip the scales back on the side of beauty. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna read kind of a sexy one. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yes, it's
Are you sure
okay.
that's okay?
Yeah.
Okay, this one is called Bamboo. She shoots upwards, wood in the ground, sound of the earth giving birth to bamboo. Screaming skyward, shades of green, stalks of rain and stars that shine, beads of dewdrop galaxies. Condensation and steam, the smell of split reeds. I will build a bridge of her body, weave it with the sweat in my hands, and make my way across her. She illumines and appreciates the wonders of the world, but she does not yet see the wonder in her. I unpeel her, drop her hindering cloth leaves to the ground, green falling floorward, planting a garden under our feet. I begin to taste the skin that she is in, soft, sweet kisses to entice her, float her down from her cloud to a level of unification, the level of mixed desires congealing into one. Her skin feels like kissing flower petals, purple iris opening slowly to my moonlit mouth to reveal the inner layers of ecstasy. Softness enough to whisper seduction, yet scream destruction all in one. And she undulates into me, unrelenting dance to the ocean gods. Waves of her rock me, lift me from my foundation. The tightening and releasing of her muscles, the pulse of her body, the arch of her back, and the ebb and flow of her white-capped kiss, the heat, the electricity, lightning that flies from my body into hers and from hers into mine, undeniable that even God would call it beauty being born. Savoring the sweet curves of her silky skin, I dive into her and begin to feel her swell. She breathes new life into my kisses and dances under the direction of my love. I envelop her in my skin and love her from within. I deliver a flare and flicker that makes me want to reconsider the life I live without her in it. She dives and breathes in rhythm to my swirls, wet desire sweeping over us both. I seduce the woman from her core to come out of hiding and beg for more. More from a woman who recognizes her strength. More from a woman who recognizes her brilliance. More from a woman who recognizes the sheer intensity of our desire and who just wants to stand naked starlight next to her fire. The moments just build, her body near explosion, but I am the volcano, and our lava burns us both, and forms new uncharted land between our legs where we will live and die by each other's sides. I devour her dreams and wait my whole life for the moment that she screams, a sweet release of that which she has bottled in, the nectar of a woman who makes me alive in her skin. Thank you.